Okay, let's turn to our next segment, and that's what we call, Nick, picks and pans, stocks, investment ideas that where you might advise broadly or narrowly advise individuals to put their money in businesses. Where are we talking about?
Well, it's in terms of investment, that's a little out of my specialty because I'm not an investment advisor. But what I do,
business advisor,
as I look at it for a business, I look and say, how are you fundamentally set up as you look at what's happening globally? And are you able to adapt your business to deal with what's occurring globally?
Globally, because that's where the action is right now with a cheap dollar, and that's going to continue internationally.
Right.
Absolutely.
As we look for business owners and say, how should my business be set up? And you look at who might come in and buy the business down the road, you want to think in terms of, am I in sync with what a potential buyer may want?
Right.
And if I am, then you have a sense that I'm really working in the right direction to grow my business.
And sell the business internationally. Tony, where are you?
Well, and building upon that international aspect, I think one of the places that our economy ties with the international and global economy almost perfectly is in agriculture.
Okay, right. Oh, absolutely.
And agriculture is really booming, and I think the prospects for it are going to continue. You know, the number of middle class within the world is growing. More people can afford higher protein meals, which means
more of it too.
More of it, and so the demand for beef and chicken and protein products is going to increase. That's putting big demand on our grain crops that feed those animals, and so you see grain prices going up. Obviously, that's having a direct impact on the price of farmland.
Yeah, and in that regard, now I don't want to. Archer Daniel Midlands is connected to agriculture. John Deere. We've got that. If you want to buy a little bit of each of them, MOO, which is an exchange traded fund, you buy a little bit of all of it. So the easy money is probably, some of that's been made. In other words, the price has been up there already. Right. But we've recommended Move for some time now.
And in the short term, we're seeing things like barge traffic on the Mississippi,
rail as well.
All of that is really up for a number of reasons, not the least of which some short-term weather influence things. But overall, you're just seeing such an increase in agriculture. I'm really bullish in agriculture.
Union Pacific, for example, here in Omaha. You know what I'm looking at? I'm on the other. I've gone to your side now. Technology, you've recommended. I'm Cisco. I think Cisco is a bargain. Now, long term, I mean, we're not. I would never suggest some of these short term. I think, believe it or not, now Tony, don't hit me now. I mean, I'm going to recommend GM, General Motors, Government Motors. I think that one's GM and Ford, both of them. Of course, I'd rather think Ford's going to do better than GM. Those are the price earnings, the multiples as we call them. That looks good.